Okay, so today I want to talk about natural selection and what causes a species to survive or to go extinct. So this is getting into the mechanism that we use to talk about. Natural selection is the unequal survival and reproduction of organisms due to environmental forces, and that results in the preservation of favorable adaptations. So we have beavers. Beavers were primarily awake and alive in the daytime until they were being hunted by white men. When they were hunted, then all of the beavers that had the adaptation to be up at night were the ones that survived, and so now we think of beavers as a nocturnal kind of a creature. So natural selection is a two-step process. The first step is the production of variation, and we see that in mutations in the DNA. We see that through the process of meiosis, where we get our recombination and our random movement of chromosomes. That should all be review. And so the question really becomes, do we see variation in the different wild species in the world? And so if we look at the lemurs of Madagascar, we see 6 different kinds, very distinct variations. If we look at Amazonian frogs, we can see some very dramatic variations. The other step of natural selection is that there's non-random aspects of survival and reproduction. That means that you are surviving not in a random way because you have maybe a certain phenotype. So there's a owl in the picture there, and if you can see the owl, then he maybe doesn't have the best phenotype, but good phenotypes are going to keep you safe. And you're also going to have this element of non-random mate choice, right? People and animals are very picky about which mates they choose, and that changes which genes get passed on from one generation to the next. Humans select traits for dogs or pigeons or other animals whenever we breed them, right? When we talk about wild plants and animals, then we're really talking about a process of elimination. If you have a trait that's well adapted for the current environment, then you are more likely to survive and breed and pass on those genes to the next generation, right? If you don't have that beneficial trait, then you're either going to die or you're not going to have as many offspring. So natural selection really is a mixture of both chance and necessity, and it's not really goal-directed. It's not like a long-term goal for natural selection. It's not going in a particular direction. It's just what works in that environment. And as we know,